Jeremy the prop guy here, and also cards. I impulse bought 28 boosters on eBay, and they came today. Yeah, we'll open them. Okay, so here's what we got all sorted out. I am a big fan of all of the Ravnica ones that they do because I like the guilds. This is going to be good for artifacts. No real idea what's in Tarkir or Ixalan, or I guess I know some of the Zendikar. These collector boosters will be fun to open. These Final Fantasy and these Lord of the Rings will be cool too. Hoping to get a VV out of one of these if possible, because he costs a lot right now. But maybe his price will come down since they just banned him in Standard. All right, first up we got Aetherdrift. This is one of the ones from earlier this year. Go ahead and, ooh, that's kind of glued in there, huh? Get that open. There we go. I'm not really sure what order you're supposed to do these in. Some of them you're supposed to pull a few and slide them behind, but looks like we got Lightning Strike, Siphon Fuel, Silken Strength, Flood the Engine, Enchant Creature Vehicle, tap permanent, doesn't untap, that'll be useful. Bright Field Glider, Wreckage Wicker Folk, Survey 2, oh, that's useful. Guidelight Matrix, draw a card, target mount, Wild Roads, there's some extra lands, those are fun. Oh, we got a little peek of foil back there. Endrider's Spike Spitter, start your engines, I've been seeing that on some of my cards. Spell Pierce, perfect, love counters, that's gonna go into a good spot. Pride of the Road. Oh, look at that. We got a mythic right off the bat here. Mu Yanling Wind Rider. When this creature enters, create a 3/2 colorless vehicle artifact token with crew 1. Vehicles you control have flying. Whenever one or more creatures you control flying deal combat damage to draw a card. Cool. Definitely. Let's put that in the sleeve there. Nice. Goes in the hits box. Then we've got Ticket Tortoise. Defender, if an opponent controls more lands than you create a treasure token. Oh, that's pretty nice. Another Tranquil Cove. Ooh, that's good too. Cool. And foil. And then here's our artist card. From Aetherdrift Art Series, Speed Demon, Helge C. Balzer. There we go. All right, moving on. We got Khans of Tarkir. This one is currently $5.79. Aetherdrift is $3.99. Not that big of a investment if you wanted to get a new one. Wow, they really glue these, huh? There we go. All right. Feet of Resistance. Canyon Lurkers, Kiru Dreadmaw, Monastery Flock, another Tranquil Cove from a fully different set, Unyielding Krumar, Samurai Banner, oh that's good, look at all those different colors you can add. Fire of Cavalry, Arrow Storm. Let's see, I love me a good red damage card. 4 damage to target creature or player raid. If you attack with a creature, it does 5 instead. Kintree Warden, Chief of the Edge, other warriors you control. Those are always good. Pine Walker, Warden of the Eye. All right, and what's our rare here? Crackling Doom. Crackling Doom deals 2 damage to each opponent. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power. Oh, that's spicy. Nice. And then, let's see, we got a land. We might as well sleeve that one up, huh? Nice. Swamp, and nothing. Chalk that over to the side. All right, time for Ravnica. Love me some Ravnica. There we go. Much easier that time. Oh. There we go. Impassioned Orator. Prying Eyes. Draw 4 cards, then discard 2. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and just sort of make some room here. Gift of Strength. Footlight Fiend. Oh, that's good. I do like my Rakdos. When it dies, 1 damage to any target. Pretty useful. Ooh, another Rakdos right after. Spectacle. You may cast it for its spectacle cost rather than its mana cost if an opponent lost life this turn. That one costs more. When it enters the battlefield, if its spectacle cost was paid, each opponent discards a card. That's nice. Azorius Locket. Blade Brand. Target creature gains death touch. That's nice. Skewer the Critics. Spectacle. All right. Growth Spiral. Clear the Mind. Oh, shuffles into their library. Okay. Gyre Engineer. And then, nope, we still got one more. Tower Defense. Where is it? Sky Tether. There we go. Prime Speaker. Oh, and it's a mythic too. Elf Ooze Wizard. Sacrifice another creature. Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost. Put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Alrighty. And then what else we got? We got Simic Guildgate. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll sleeve that mythic there. Nice. Simic Guildgate. Always nice to have one of those. And an Ooze token to go with our Ooze Wizard, even though she doesn't make an ooze. Alright. Let me just do a little shopkeeping over here. Alright, we'll do another Ravnica here. These are currently only $3.99 if you want to buy them at retail from a game shop. Let me see, get one of these open. There we go. All right. Feral Maca, Concordia Peasants, Thought Collapse. Nice. Gonna save that. That's gonna go straight into my mill deck. 1 damage. That's good too. Undercity's Embrace. Sacrifice a creature. If you control a creature lower than 4, you gain life. 4. Plague White. X-Bane Beast. Get to the point. Nice. Another Rakdos card. Perfect. Justicar's Portal. Vindictive Vampire. Whenever another the creature you control deals 1 damage to each opponent and gain 1 life. That'll be perfect for my vampire deck. Forbidding Spirit. Rumbling Ruin. 1/1 counters. Interesting. And here's our rare. Ethereal Absolution. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Creatures your opponent controls get -1/-1. Might have to make that white-black vampire deck. Exile target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, you create a 1/1 flying black and white spirit. Cool. Then we've got an Orzhov Guildgate. And a spirit token. All right, here we go. We've got Kaldheim, a new kind of booster. Let's see. Kaldheim is currently $6.99 if you can locate one. Ooh, they do not make the glue on this easy. Ooh, there we go. Rip them open. Now I wonder if this one has some sort of order, because they're giving me an emblem right off the bat, which makes me think that stuff here is not in the correct order anymore. Well, let's see. I know with some of those, like the collectors, you kind of got to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 underneath, but we'll see. Here we go. Tyvar Kell. Oh, and the pack is very confusing. The pack is backwards? Pack is backwards. All right. Foil land right off the top. Oh, and it's a snow-covered mountain. I actually really like snow-covered lands because In Legacy, if you play snow-covered lands that people don't know, even if you're not using any cards that have that benefit from snow-covered lands, they don't know if you're using them or not. Dusk Wielder. Tigrid Shadow, that's nice. Sacrifice 2 creatures. Yep. Return upon the tide. Cool. Yeah, see, we're already into the uncommons, which makes me think that some of the commons are on the other side too. But that's a rogue, actually. So that'll be good in my rogue deck. Elf Cleric. Shadow Sage. There's a nice land. Love fantasy lands. That's a neat uncommon. Look at that. All right, here's our rare. Raidain, God of the Unworthy. Flying Vigilance. Snow lands your opponents control enter tapped. Non-creature spells your opponents cast with converted mana cost 4 or greater cost 2 more. And then it also flips. You could choose Protector Shield. That's nice. We're going to go ahead and sleeve that up. And then, yeah, look, there's an uncommon here and another common. Oh, foil uncommon. Cool. Snow Wizard. We'll give that a little shimmer there. All right, now we're into Dominaria Remastered. We're looking at $5.99 for Dominaria Remastered. Mind Stone, Renewed Faith, Solar Blast, that's going to go right in there. Snap, that's also going to go right into the other deck. Goblin Mercenary, Cleric of the Fourth Order, Avarax, Wild Dogs. Oh, these are fun. This is going to go straight into the middle deck. Counter target non-creature spell, destroy target non-black creature, can't be regenerated. Oh, another Rakdos card. All goblins. Ooh, interesting. All goblins are black and are zombies in addition to their other creature types. Oh, looks like we got the rare after this one. Haste. Battlefield with a 1/1 for each spell cast this turn. Here's our rare. Zira Arian. Looks like target player draws a card. Interesting. Anything else? Ooh, look at that. We got a flashback card. So let's pop this in the sleeve first, and then we'll take a look at that flashback card. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn, cycling 2. Oh, so it's like a fog. It's like a fog you can cycle. And then a foil zombie infestation. Discard 2 cards, create a zombie token, a throwback land, and an elemental token. Cool. Go ahead and put that throwback in a sleeve there. All right, now we've gone to Guilds of Ravnica. If you're a Guilds of Ravnica fan, those are still only $4.50. It's a good price point. And it comes right apart, apparently. Human Rogue. When Dimir Informant enters the battlefield, survey 2. That's perfect. I think I have that in my mana box for my deck. Skyline Scout. Go. Vicious Rumors is always fun. Generous Stray. Cast a spell from this creature. Is that Locket? That's good. That'll be going right into the other one. Deadly Visit. Molder Hulk. Well, that's a fun blue. Chemister's Insight. Draw 2 cards with Jumpstart. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs, then exile this card. That's a lot of words. Thought-Bound Phantasm. Whenever you survey, put a 1/1 counter on it. As long as it has 3 or more, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Gotcha. And here's the rare. Dimir, Thief of Sanity. Nice. Love Dimir. Whenever Thief of Sanity deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library. exile those. Exile one of them face down, then put the rest in their graveyard. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may look at it, you may cast it, you may spend mana as though it were any type of color. That's good. It's going to go straight into the mill deck. Darkblade, oh, 2 Dimir right in a row. Nice. As long as you've surveyed this turn, Darkblade Agent has Death Touch, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's nice. And then we got an Izzet Guildgate. Those are always nice. And then Elf Knight Token. All right, we've got another Guilds of Ravnica. Guilds of Ravnica, still 450. Has not changed since the last pack. Let's see if this one just flies apart too. No, a little tougher on the glue there. All right. Intrusive pack. Maximize altitude. 1/1 and flying until end of turn with a jump start. That's good too. Oh, a Minotaur Soldier. That's great. I'm actually trying to build a Minotaur Commander as well. I feel like they don't get as much love as they could. Dissident. Another Vicious Rumors. Another Izzet Locket. Another Deadly Visit. In just 2 packs. That's a lot of doubles. Go. Crawl Harpooner. There's a lot of words on there. Ocarina Assassin. I've never really gotten into Gruul as a... not Gruul. Gruul is red-green. This is... I can't remember the name of that. Pilfering Imp. Bounty of Might. The target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. Target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. Target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. Guys, I think target creature gets 3/3 until end of turn. Another Izzet Guildgate and a Goblin Token. All right. Moving on, Zendikar Rising. I remember Zendikar having some really cool lands. Zendikar Rising, draft pack, also $4.49. Oh, and it gives you one of these custom token cards. So let's see, are we going in the right direction? We are. All right. This is a full art swamp. That's nice. It's going to go straight in there. Oh, that's foil. What is going on with this pack? This pack is crazy already. Is this one of the ones where you had to do it out of order? Yeah, looks like. Let's try that. Let's see what happens if we do it out of order here. Okay. Cunning, Geyser Mage. Do a flip around here. Molten Blast. I know y'all are going to yell at me. Oh, you should have taken the bottom however many. Well, they should say that. Cleric of the Chill Depths. Scorch Rider. And that's a rogue, but it won't fit in my blue-black. Go. Okay. Nice. Subtle Strike. Choose one or both. Why would you choose one? Doesn't make sense if you can have both. Oblivion's Hunger. Target creature you control is indestructible until end of turn and gets a 1/1 counter. Yeah, it's a 1/1 counter. Now we're in the uncommons. Yeah, so this pack was backwards. Thundering Rebuke, 4 damage. That's perfect. 4 damage for 2 is crazy. Base Camp. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana to cast a Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, or Wizard spell, or activate one of their abilities. Then we've got Kazuma Cliffs, which can also be Kazul's. Kazul's Cliffs and Kazul's Fury. Additional cost to cast this spell, Sacrifice. That's basically like a fling or a goblin catapult. Here we go. Thieving Skydiver, Merfolk Rogue, Kicker, Flying. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with converted mana cost X or less. If that artifact is an equipment, attach it to Thieving Skydiver. That is going to go straight in the Dimir Rogue deck. And then a foil Farsight Adept. Go ahead and sleeve that one up right now. All right, now we're on Duskmourn Play Booster. That one, $3.99. If you happen to find them out in the wild, don't pay more than $3.99 for one, because that's what you can get them for online. All right. Why do I feel like we're going to have to do the same thing? Let's check this. That's a common. All right. So let's do, how many are there? We'll just do it in reverse, I guess. All right. Unsettling Twins. Here's a Terramorphic Expanse. Always a solid card. Vanish from sight. Put it on the top of their library. That's nice. Survey 1. Sure. Fear of the Dark. Whenever it attacks, if defending control... No Glimmer creatures. Not familiar with that one. Manifest Dread. Always nice. Unable to Scream. Loses all ability and becomes a toy artifact creature with base power 0/2. In addition to its other types. As long as the creature is face down, it can't be turned face up. Wow. And good for neutering someone's commander. Ooh, here we go. Another Knight Dimir card. Flying Lifelink, can't block. It has Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters the battlefield, and whenever you fully unlock a room, you may return Fear of Infinity from your graveyard to your hand. Well, at a 3 cost, it's not that bad. Popular Egotist. Oh, another multicolor. I love some Izzet. Vigilance. Sacrifice a room. Intruding Soul Rager deals 2 damage to each opponent. Draw a card. Fancy. Oh, we got a double card here. Oh, it's a room. There we go. Enchantment Room. I don't see too many of these because I don't have a lot of this set. When you unlock this door, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn. And then if you unlock the other door, whenever you attack, attacking creatures you control get 1/0 until end of turn. That's spicy. Especially in my haste deck. All right, Dissection Tools. This is a rare, I think. Yeah, that looks gold to me. When Dissection Tools enters, manifest Dread, then attach Dissection Tools to that creature. Equipped creature gets 2/2 Death Touch and Lifelink. That is spicy. Well, that is a really nice mountain. Oh, I know this artist. Does it say down there? Yes, it does. Dan Mumford. Dan Mumford is a really good artist. He does a lot of posters for Gallery 1988. And then, what do we got here? Ooh, foil Living Phone. When Living Phone dies, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with power 2 or less from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. That's always good. And then we've got an art card here. Here we go. From Nashi, Searcher in the Dark, Jonathan Grenier. Nice. All right, now we're on to Tarkir Dragonstorm. Tarkir Dragonstorm Play Booster is $4.50. Got 2 of these coming up. And it looks like we are continuing the trend of having the cards backwards. So let's see. Do we remember how many it was? We do not. So we'll just continue to do them backwards, and you will all yell at me in the comments. So here's Land, Rugged Highlands. Ooh, a foil Rebellious Strike. Now, why do I feel like we are back to the trend? We are. Okay, so now these are in the correct order. I wish I could keep track. Agent of Kodos. Oh, that's a rogue. Let's see. Renew. Exile card from your graveyard. Put 2 counters on target creature. Hey, that can go in the rogue deck. Lancer. Monk. Dragon's Prey. This spell costs 2 more to cast if it targets a dragon. Oh, no. Earth Carver. A lot of land options on that one. And that would be the bodega truck pulling into our street. Defibrillating Current. Ooh, that's cool. 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. You gain 2 life. Dragon Brood's Relic. I think we got the rare next here. And what do we got here? Nature's Rhythm. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. You put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. I mean, that is pretty good. Oh, 2 rares in a row. What do we got here? Yathan Roadwatcher. When this creature enters, if you cast it, mill 4 cards, then you return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. I think both of these are going in sleeves. Nice. All right, on to our second Tarkir Dragon Play Booster. If we can get the edge there. Nice. Hey, look at that. Nice clean opening. And now we know that you can open them normally. All right, we got one of those double cards where you can send them on an adventure. Oh, 2 in a row. Both dragons. Rescue Leopard. Delta Bloodflies. Wayfarer. Heritage Reclamation. Aggressive Negotiations. Reveal their hand, choose an online card, and exile it. Put a 1/1 on my own creature. That's spicy. Duty Beyond Death. All right, what do we got here? A Timur artifact. When it enters, search your library for a forest, island, or mountain, reveal it, and put it in your hand. You can also create an elephant. Ah, some nice is that here. Let's see what we got. Counter target spell with mana value 2 or less. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell or dragon, it gets 2/0 until end of turn. Oh, no. Look at that. I may have just leaked a couple of goodies further down. Look at that. That's nice. I honestly have no idea how much this is, but it's probably good. One would hope. We're going to sleeve that right away. Anytime they do some sort of showcase card, that's yeah. Then we've got a foil common and a normal lands and a spirit token. Oh, a double-sided spirit token. Interesting. 2/2, 1/1. All right, now we're on Innistrad Crimson Vow. What do we got here? This one is currently $3.49. Stock up on your Crimson Vow. Now, if I remember correctly, this is the one where I don't remember which vampire it was, but the entire set is about a vampire wedding. Fear of Death. When I mill 2 cards, enchanted creature gets with the number of cards in your graveyard. All right, sure. Minus X, minus, yeah, okay, sure. Go, Bloody Betrayal. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap it, gains haste. Create a blood token. Oh, that might go in my Jaws deck. Until end of turn, target creature becomes a blue serpent. 5/5. Enters tapped. Wolf Strike. Vampire's Kiss. Target player loses 2 life. You gain 2 life. Create 2 blood tokens. That's a lot for only 2 mana. Sporeback Wolf. Daybreak Combatants. Run Daybreak Combatants. Yeah. Kindly Ancestor. Ooh, it's got a day. Does it also have a night? Oh, it does. Ancestor's Embrace. Interesting. So it turns into an enchantment when it's nighttime. Huh. Parasitic Grasp has Cleave. You may cast it for its Cleave. If you do, remove the words in the square brackets. So instead of 2, if you cast it for converted 3, 3 damage to target creature instead of target human creature. Into the night. It becomes night. All right, fair enough. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many. Oh, that'll go good in the Madness deck. Alluring Suitor. When you attack with exactly 2 creatures, transform it. Oh, there's a rare underneath. Deadly Dancer. Trample Vampire. Oh, this is going to go in the Vampire deck, isn't it? When this creature transforms into Deadly Dancer, add 2 mana. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Deadly Dancer and another creature each get +1/+0 until end of turn. And now for the rare. Ooh, a good vampire. All right. Flying. Forebear can't block. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, create a blood token, sacrifice 2 blood tokens, return it from your graveyard to the battle. Oh, straight to the battlefield, not even your hand. All right. So we're going to see what's next. Ooh, full art land. That's nice. Like that. 2 tokens. All right. We're going to go ahead. Sleeve the land. Sleeve the vampire. Going to move on to our next pile here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that in half, give you a little taste of what's coming. We've got Ravnica Remastered, $5.99 draft pack. Feels like there's some air in here, like it's ready to open. There we go. Ripping packs. There we go. All right, so we got the token on top. I'm so confused how they do that these days. Let's see. That's a common. Okay. So it looks like we're going to do this one in reverse. Skewer the critics. Balustrade. Spy, vampire, and a rogue. Now I got to figure out which one to put it in. Go. Scab Clan Marauder. Mauler. Karam. Makeshift Battalion. Repeal. Return target non-land permanent with mana value X. That's good. That's going to go right in. Shieldmate. Open the Gates. Always love Open the Gates. Orzhov Guildmage. Always good. Murmuring Mystic. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, create a blue bird. Oh, maybe that's part of that birds deck that everyone hates. Civic Saber. 1/0 for each of its colors. Go. Here's our rare here. Yeva, Nature's Herald. Flash. You may cast green creature spells as though they had flash. Well, that's going to be annoying. Let's go ahead and sleeve that one up. Let's see what's next. We've got, oh, look at that, another flashback one. There's another flashback card. Enchant Forest. As Utopia Sprawls enters the battlefield, choose a color. Whenever Enchanted Forest is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of the chosen color. That's nice too. We will go ahead and sleeve that guy. And let's see what our last ones are here. We got a Boros Elite. Nice. And a Golgari. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. Golgari Guildgate. That's the black and green one. And then a Worm token. All right, coming in next. March of the Machine. I was not around for a lot of these sets. I tend to take breaks from time to time until a group of people want to play. There we go. Oops, starting off strong with an art card, looks like. Now I have no idea which way to open this. Let's see. Oh, they're really confusing us, huh? We got an art card on one side, and then a token. Choose your own token on the other side. I'm going to assume, since this is just a regular... Wait, is that a foil? Nope, yep, spoiled it. Go this way, I guess. There we go, with our art card. Put that over here. All right, here we go. Oh, man, I'm just all sorts of confused, because now this is a foil full art land on the side that's supposed to have the rares. Cut short. Let's see. Temporal Cleansing. Convoke. Owner of target land puts in the library. Second from the top or bottom. That's fun. Corruption of Tawashi. That's so many words. When it enters the battlefield, incubate 4 1/1 counters on it, transform this artifact. That's a whole lot of words. Well, that one has double-sided. Phyrexian Awakening. Here's a double-sided card. Let's choose the other. Oh, 2 in a row, huh? All right. Herbology Instructor. That can also be Malady Invoker. Right. When it transforms into Malady Invoker, target creature an opponent controls gets -0/-X. Oh, man. You could kill something pretty fast with that. So the first side of this is, whoa, the first side of this is a battle. I don't see too many of these. As a siege enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. When it's defeated, exile it and then cast it transformed. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 white and blue knight creature token with vigilance. And then creatures you control get 1/1 when it transforms. Pretty good. Here's a rare. Wait, does that mean we got multiples then? Oh, dang. This says Teferi's Talent, enchant Planeswalker. Enchant Planeswalker has, let's see what we can see. What does that say? -12? -12, you get an emblem with, you may activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers you control on any player's turn. Anytime you could cast an instant. That's clever. Whenever you draw a card, put a loyalty counter. Ooh, that is spicy. We will be sleeving that one. Let's continue. Wow, look at that. That's a fancy card too. And it says it's an uncommon, but it is a showcase style. A Flying Lifelink. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, look at the top 3 cards of your library and put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve that. You can already see whatever's down there. We'll flip it back over to its correct side here. We've got Polukranos Reborn. It's got reach, and you can pay with life if you want to. Transform it, activate as a sorcery, and it can become Polukranos Engine of Ruin. That doesn't sound friendly. Reach, lifelink. Whenever Engine of Ruin or another non-token Hydra you control dies, create a 3/3 green and white Hydra creature token with reach and another one with lifelink. Cool. Sleeve that one up too. Right, and then we've got this foil Tenured Oilcaster. Menace gets 3/0 as long as it has 8 or more in their graveyard. When it attacks or blocks, each player mills a card. Again, that's going to go, it's not a rogue, but it's going to go right into that deck. And let's just go ahead while we're at it. Let's put that old land in that sleeve there. That's a nice one. All right. Now we've got a nice block of Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So let's do Lost Caverns of Ixalan Draft Booster 1. Oh, that one ripped right open. Eventually we'll get to Colossal Dreadmaw, it says. And I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Here we go. Screaming Phantom. Out of Air. 2 less to cost if it targets a creature spell. Oh, that's nice. Cat Advisor. There's a Dinosaur. Pretty common for Ixalan. Mindshifter Spider. Dinotomaton. Oh, that's clever. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gains menace until end of turn. Melmet Veteran. Shipwreck Sentry. Defender. As long as an artifact entered under your control this turn, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Lotetian Landmark. Ooh, this is fancy. This is like some sort of full art showcase. That is an uncommon. We're going to go ahead and sleeve it anyway because of how pretty it is. Let's see. It's kind of hard to read, but let's see what it says. It says, Descend 4. I do like Descend. As long as there are 4 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, it gets 2/2 and has Trample. Descend 8. If there are 8 or more, it gets an additional 2/2 and cannot be blocked by more than one creature. Go ahead, pop that in there. Try not to get any spoilies here. There we go. Helping Hand. Ooh, another Dimir card. Love me some Dimir. Vigilance. Menace. Descend 8, and you pay. Return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter if there are 8 more permanent cards in your graveyard, only as a sorcery. Pretty nice. This is a full art Trumpeting Carnosaur, or extended art, I guess, would it be considered? Trample. When Trumpeting Carnosaur enters the battlefield, discover 5. Discard it to deal 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Let's check the next one. Foil. All right, so we'll sleeve this guy. Spelunking. And this is a land. It says it's a swamp. Basic land. That's pretty fancy. You know what? We'll do that one too. I don't really know anything about March of the Machine, so I don't know how rare that is. And then we've got a spirit token with that weird, eventually we'll get to Colossal Dreadmaw on the back. All right, we're getting used to these cards. Here's another one. Number 2. All right, Ray of Ruin, Relic's Roar, Thousand Moons Crackshot, Panicked Altasaur, Poison Dart Frog, Fungal Fortitude, Walk with the Ancestors, Abrade, 3 damage, or destroy an artifact. All right, Acrobatic Leap, Sunbird Standard. Add 1 mana of any color. That is pretty good. Craft with more than 5. Enterprising Scallywag. Bitter Triumph. Gold Fury Strider. Here's our rare Fabrication Foundry. Add 1 white mana, spend this mana only to cast an artifact spell or activate the ability of an artifact source. And then it does exile 1 or more artifacts you control with total mana value X. Return target artifact card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, like a little swap. Then we'll see what we next. Oh, fancy land. All right. Go ahead and do both of these. And what do we got underneath it? Token. Golem token. So we'll do that. Go ahead and sleeve that land. Nice. Here we go. Lost Caverns of Ixalan number 3. These are currently available wherever you want to get them for $4.49. Nurturing Bristleback. Acolyte, Vampire, let's see. Sacrifice another creature or artifact, lose 1 life healing. That can go right in the artifact deck. Song of Stupefaction. When it enters, I may mill 2 cards. Enchanted permanent gets -X, -0, where X is the number of permanent cards in your graveyard. Alrighty. Rock Slide, Seeker of Sunlight, Cosmium Blast, Deathcap Marionette, Frilled Caveworm, Tithing Blade. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Craft with creature 5. Let's see. Sinuous Benethosaur. Calamitous Cave-In. Glowcap Lantern. And the rare. This is Grull. Let's see. Other dinosaurs you control have haste. When it enters the battlefield, create 2/0/1 green dinosaur egg creatures. Well, that's an interesting land. And a token. All right. Now we're on to number 4. Number 4, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. All right, we got Deconstruction Hammer, Volatile Wanderglyph, River Herald Guide, Ray of Ruin, Relic's Roar, Old Tech Archaeologists, Daring Discovery, Runaway Boulder, that's fun. Flash, when Runaway Boulder enters the battlefield to deal 6 damage to target creature an opponent controls, cycle for 2. Yeah, I mean, it costs 6, so. Oteklan Landmark, Pit of Offerings. When it enters the battlefield, exile 3 target cards from graveyards. Add 1 colorless, add 1 mana of the exile card color. Bat Colony. That's spoiling some foils there. Bat Colony. Hurl into History. Counter target artifact or creature spell. Discover X, where X is that mana spell's value. Alrighty. I keep spoiling that one. There we go. Here we go. What do we got? Warden of the Inner Sky. As long as Warden of the Inner Sky has 3 or more counters on it, it has Flying and Vigilance. Tap 3 untapped artifacts or creatures you control, and or put a 1/1 counter on it and scry 1. That's a foil. Go ahead and throw this in there. Thousand Moons Infantry and Hidden Volcano. Sacrifice Hidden Volcano, discover 4, and a gnome token. All right, we've got Lost Caverns of Ixalan, number 5. Ripping it open. If I can. There we go. Got it open. Get that right there. We got Human Pirate. Greedy Freebooter. Brackish Blunder. Adapted Gem Guard. Burning Sun Cavalry. Basking Capybara. Glorifier of Suffering. In the Presence of Ages. Waylaying Pirates. Waterlogged Hulk. Oh, and this shifts. Oh, this might go in our mill deck. Let's see. Mill a card, tap to mill a card, or craft it with an island. Exile this artifact, exile an island you control, or an island from your graveyard. Return it transformed. All right, and it transforms into Watertight Gondola. Vigilance. It's a 4/4. Descend for 8. Watertight Gondola can't be blocked as long as there are 8 or more permanent cards in my graveyard. Crew for 1. It's pretty nice. Careening Minecart. Dusk Rose Reliquary. Oh, there's a foil coming up. Diamond Pickaxe. Indestructible. When an equipped creature gets 1/1 and has whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. That's nice. And oh, come on. And here's our rare Brass Tunnel Grinder. Legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards plus 1. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a bore counter on Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Then if there are 3 or more, remove those counters and transform it into... Ooh, fancy. Tecutlan, the Searing Rift. Add red mana whenever you cast a permanent spell using mana produced by Tecutlan. The Searing Rift. Discover X, where X is that spell's mana value. And then there's our foil. We're going to go ahead and sleeve that. There you go. Let's see. We've got Stinging Cave Crawler. And then Hidden Nursery. And another Golem. Well, that was it for all of the Caverns of Ixalan. Now, looks like we're getting into some fun stuff here. We've got the Innistrad Remastered Collector Booster. This one is $31.99 from wherever you buy cards. Go ahead and be careful if it'll let us. They give us a perforated little cut corner here. Oh man, that is the wildest pack to ever open. All right, let's go ahead up here and we'll just do that. There we go. There we go. Wow, it really does not want to give up the cards, huh? Get that out of my way here. Now, I don't know how you're supposed to do these because there's a token on the top. Usually the token is the consolation prize. And the rest of these are in an order here. Let's see, what do we got here? That's a common, which makes me think you're supposed to 1, 2, 3, however many that is, and do it in the other order. So let's do it this way. Here we go. Foil Crusader of Aetherdrift. Foil Abrade. Abrade is nice. I will probably be using that. Here we go. Think Twice. Think Twice is always nice. I will definitely be using that. Young Wolf. We are still in the comments here. Ghoul Tree. Oh, we got something there. Infernal Grasp. It's funny because I was actually just going through some of my own original Innistrad cards. Erupting Dreadwolf, which I think is one I already have. Smoldering Werewolf, which turns into Erupting Dreadwolf. Yeah. Whenever it attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target. Let's see what we got here. We've got a foil retro mountain. I do like that. That's going to go into one of my decks. Oh, another transform card. Crawl from the Cellar. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 zombie you control. Now this has to be double-sided, right? There we go. Yeah, so Twin Blade Geist. Twin Blade Geist, double strike, and disturb for 3. The other side here is Twin Blade Invocation, Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature has double strike. If Twin Blade Invocation we put into the graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Right, here we go. Ooh, Abundant Growth. That's fancy. Extended Art. Look at that. Enchant Land. Mausoleum Wanderer. Whenever another spirit you control enters, this creature gets 1/1 until end of turn. Sacrifice this creature, counter target instant or sorcery spell unless they pay X, where X is this creature's power. Go ahead and sleeve that one up. Let's see what's next here. Full Art. Extended Art. Extended Art. Zealous Conscripts. Haste when this creature enters. Gain control of target permanent until end of turn. Untap it and it gains haste. Go ahead and sleeve that one up. Not really sure the hits we're supposed to be looking for in this one, but looks like we're getting some good ones either. Oh my goodness. This was an expensive card when it came out. I am sure it is an expensive card now. This is Snapcaster Mage. If you were playing Standard during Innistrad the first time around, you know exactly what this card is. My deck never had one because it was too expensive at the time. This is flipped over. Let's see what we got here. Bloodline Keeper. Wait, so that's 1, 2, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 rares. Well, no, we got 2 rares and 2 mythics. Wow, look at that. Bloodline Keeper, Vampire. Flying, create a 2/2 black vampire creature token with flying. Transform this creature. Activate if you only have 5, if you have 5 or more. Lord of Lineage, flying. Other vampires you control get 2/2. Create a 2/2 black vampire creature with flying. This is going directly into the vampire deck. And then Arlen, Embraced by the Moon, and a wolf token. Just for giggles, we're going to let y'all see this again. And this one, because I'm sure these are both quite good hits given what they do. If you're not familiar, Snapcaster Mage says, when this creature enters target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until end of turn, the flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. For 2, with flash, you can bring back a card from your graveyard and play it immediately for its original cost. Not a bad pack to open. Next, we've got Innistrad Midnight Hunt Collector Booster. Innistrad Midnight Hunt Collector Booster is currently $17 from wherever you buy boosters. And with the token on the back, I'm pretty sure we're going to do the exact same thing. Here we go. Festival Crasher. Candle Trap. Timberland Guide. There we go. We got a nice fun one already. Dire Strain Brawler. Nighttime, Daytime, Tireless Hauler. Sacred Fire. Oh, which is also something else. Nope, Sacred Fire. There we go. Sacred Fire deals 2 damage to any target creature. Any target, and you gain 2 life. Not target creature. Sacred Fire. There we go. Covert Cut Purse. Human Rogue. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature you don't control that was dealt damage this turn. And it also turns into Covetous Geist. Flying Death Touch. If Covetous Geist would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. And then we've got an Innistrad Full Art Land Foil. That's nice. I'm just going to sleeve that one right away, even though you can see we've got a rare right up beneath us. And it's an island, one of the colors I play the most. Augur of Autumn, rare. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands from the top of your library. Coven, as long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your library. So we should probably sleeve that one, huh? There we go. Siggardian Zealot. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose any number of creatures with different powers. Each of them get +X/+X and gain vigilance until end of turn, where X is Siggardian Zealot's powers. Oh, it's a nice thick card, huh? All right, now we've got Croaking Counterpart. This is a Simic card, blue and green. Create a token that's a copy of target non-frog creature, except it's a 1/1 green frog. All right, sounds fun. Then we got another cool one down here. Look at this extended art. Showcase? These are technically a showcase, not an extended art. Human Warlock. Vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, creatures you control get 1/0 until end of turn. And then another showcase. Go ahead and sleeve these showcases. Reach, Daybound. Let's see, just in case. Let's see what the other side is. Wing Shredder, Nightbound, nice. We're going to go ahead and cover that just in case the next one is something cool. All right, ready? Here we go. Ooh, Haunted Ridge, nice. Haunted Ridge enters the battlefield. Tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Going to do the same thing here. That's going to go straight into a deck. Now we will flip back over. What do we got? Candlegrove Witch. That is a showcase and foil. Very nice. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, it gains flying until end of turn. Not bad. All right, what do we got? We got one left. All right, let's see what it is. There we go. Sigardia Splendor, Extended Art, Enchantment. Note your life total when it enters the battlefield. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total. Then note your life total. Whenever you cast a white spell, you gain 1 life. And then a vampire token. A 3/1 vampire token with trample, lifelink, and haste. And then a wolf token. I wonder what that one's from. Someone must make some crazy vampires. All right, moving on. Lord of the Rings set booster. Here we go. Well, we know we're not going to get the One Ring. We might get a version of the One Ring. This is currently $10.99 wherever you get boosters. We definitely aren't getting the fancy one-of-a-kind One Ring that Post Malone paid $3 million for, I think. And there was the rare just right on the back. Right in the front? That doesn't make sense. Here's an art card. Go ahead and set that down. Let's see. And then here's a land. So now I'm confused because here's a land right in the front. What's the next one? Also an uncommon. Also a common. All right, cool. Revive the Shire. Gimli's Axe. Great Hall of the Citadel. Add 2 mana of any kind. Oh, this is pretty good. That would be good in my commander deck. Ent's Fury. They all have these little triangles on them. Interesting. Here we go. Nice Izzet color. Oh, I actually was looking for one of these. Bilbo Retired Burglar. When Bilbo Retired Burglar enters or leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. Whenever he deals damage to a player, create a treasure token. He is a halfling rogue, so if my rogue deck decided to go Grixis instead of just Dimir, he would slot right in. Meriadoc Brandybuck. I'm sure there's a Tolkien in the crowd who is upset with how I said that. Peregrine Took. Ooh, a nice extended art. Gothmog Morgul Lieutenant. Gonna go ahead and pop that in there. When it enters the battlefield, amass Orcs 1. Creature tokens you control have Death Touch. Interesting, interesting. Next card, another one. Foray of Orcs. Sorcery, amass Orcs 2. When you do, Foray of Orcs deals X damage to target creature an opponent controls, where X is the amassed army's power. Pop that there too. Go ahead and pick these back up. Next, we've got Glamdring. Mythic. Equipped creature has first strike and gets 1/0 for each instant and sorcery in your graveyard. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the damage without paying its mana cost. I was looking for one of these. I am pretty sure this is worth some money. Feel free to tell me how wrong I am. That means the rare we saw is an extra one. There's another one. This is also a foil. Elrond, Master of Healing. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures, where X is the number of cards looked at while scrying this way. Whenever a creature you control with a 1/1 counter on it becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, I may draw a card. That's nice. And at 4, he's not that bad for a commander either. All right, last card. Boop. 5-alarm fire. Enchantment. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, put a blaze counter on 5-alarm fire. Remove 5 counters to deal 5 damage to target creature or player. Hey, that's going to go right in the... Which one? The instant vampires? Probably the vampires, yeah. All right, now we're moving on to Final Fantasy. We're going to save this collector sampler for last. We've got 2 Final Fantasies, regular ones, and 1 Japanese. I do not know the value of the Japanese one. I would say it's about $15 from what we've seen online. The 2 play boosters are about $7. Go ahead and set those over there. We'll start with one of the English ones. Remember, we're hoping for a Vivi or even a Yuna. I know Yuna is not that difficult to get. I think I just got her in Arena as well, so it's not like she's difficult. Oh, no, there's an art card too. Let me just peek, just to make sure I'm not going to spoil it. These are in a weird order. All right, we're going to go backwards then. Here we go. Suplex. Grand Pulse Ochu. Sephiroth's Intervention. Destroy target creature, gain 2 life. That can go right in. We go Dreams of Laguna. Survey 1, then draw a card. Flashback. Fate of the Sun Crystal. Adventurer's Airship. Flying whenever this vehicle attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. That would be good for Madness. Here we go. Hill Gigas. Trample Haste. Mountain Cycling. Eject. This spell can't be countered. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. At a 4 cost, that's pretty high, but it does do several things, including not being able to be countered. Prompto Argentium. Haste. Selfie Shot. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, create a treasure token. And that's a legendary creature, Human Scout, meaning you could play that for a 2-cost commander if you wanted to. Looks like we got a rare under there. Garnet, Princess of Alexandria. Nice, lifelink. Cool. And here's the one that we just saw. That's 2-sided. Let's flip it over. No, it's actually an uncommon. It's a 2-cost Rakdos uncommon. You could still use this as a commander if you wanted. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, survey 1. Return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield transformed as Chaos the Endless. Flying. When Chaos dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. 5/5 flyer. Not bad, not bad. I think I'm just going to sleeve this so I don't lose track of it in all of the cards we just opened. Next card. Seifer Almacy. Let's see. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Firecross. Whenever Seifer Almacy deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target or instant sorcery with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. That is a nice one. That will go nice into my Izzet deck. Let's see what else we got next. Poison the Waters. Poison the Waters. Choose 1. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature from it and discard that card. And then last card is a full art Plains. Nice. And then we'll take a look at this art card there. Not bad, not bad. Next, we'll break it up a little bit. We'll go with the Japanese one. Unfortunately, oh, and it has a hole punch through the top. That's interesting. I wonder if that meant they were literally hanging them on the racks. No idea of the provenance of this. I don't know if it was obtained locally. Art card, flip them over. Here we go. There's a bunch of black mages there. Red card. Green card. White card. Wish I knew how to read Japanese. Blue. What's that? I think that's an artifact, perhaps. Y'all be able to tell me what I got? Blue. A lot of Kate Sith in a couple of these, huh? The little Mog, what's his name? It's a Mog, right? Green. White. There's some sort of summoning. Here's another red. Rare, final, Japanese. Gonna go ahead and sleeve that. I will look it up later. This is a summon. I know what a summon looks like. One on one side, one on the other. That means 2 rares in that pack. Let's see what else we got. Flip it over. Foil black card. And last card is a land. And then here's our art card. On the back, there's your artist. Oh, and it's 53 of 53. It's the last one in the set. All right, we'll do our last play booster here, and then we'll hit our collector sampler. There we go. If we can get it open. They do give you this little tear here, but like, not very efficient. There's our hero token on the back. Here we go. Warrior's Sword. T-Rexar. Zamu Trader. Fish Citizen is his creature type. White Orosite. Quequern Merchant. Prish's Wanderings. Magic Pot. When it dies, create a treasure token. Exile target card from a graveyard. Ooh, that's good too. We like that. Sleep Magic. Oh, we had this in the other, in the Japanese cards. Enchant creature. Aura enters tap creature, doesn't untap. When creature is dealt damage, sacrifices creature. Oh, so you could block with it, and then that would wake it up. Colosseum Behemoth. I think that was actually in the Japanese cards as well. Dragoon's Lance, that was also in the cards. And then we just saw we have a black Chocobo here. Let's flip her over. Side quest, raise a Chocobo. Enchantment. When this enchantment enters, create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters. This token gets 1/0 until end of turn. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you control 4 more birds, transform this enchantment. Black Chocobo. When this permanent transforms into Black Chocobo, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, birds you control get 1/0 until end of turn. All right. Here we go. This is a mythic. Nibelheim, a flame. Choose target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to each other creature. If this spell was cast from the graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4 cards. Flashback 7. We're going to go ahead and sleeve that mythic right away. All right, let's see what else we got. What's next? Bard's Bow. Oh, don't you just love how the foils these days just sort of curl on their own? Job select. Create a 1/1 hero. Oh, that's what that hero token was for in that other one. Equipped creature gets 2/2, has reach, and is a bard in addition to its other types. And what do we got? A full art island. Nice. Love it when they give me the islands. Token bird, token hero. Oh, how coincidental. We have both of those cards in here. And then last but not least, collector booster sample, Final Fantasy. We still haven't hit that VV yet. Let's see what we got. Let's see. What does it say on the back here? It says, contains 2 game cards. This does not contain a golden chocobo card. All right. Well, that's nice, I guess. But then lower on here, it says 3 cards in English. So I wonder what the other one is. I guess we'll just go in. Oh, I see, because this is what it is. There's a junk card on the top. All right. So we've got 2 cards. Oh, look at that. That's a rare. That's a rare right on top. Transpose, and its foil. Draw a card, then discard a card. You lose 1 life. If this spell was cast from your hand, create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this token deals 1 damage to each opponent with rebound. I wish I remembered what rebound did. But that is a very pretty card. We're just going to set that down briefly. Rakdos. Love this. Kefka Dancing Mad. I think this was one of the ones I was looking at for the commander deck. Not as the commander at 7 cost, but during your turn, Kefka has Indestructible. At the beginning of your end step, exile a card at random from each opponent's graveyard. You may cast any number of spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana cost. Then each player who owns a spell you cast this way loses life equal to that mana value. That is a spicy card. You probably could make that a commander if it was, because it seems worth it for the cost there. Right, I'm going to sleeve that up. Then we'll sleeve this up. We'll show you both of them up close here. Foil transpose with that lovely Wizards of the Coast curve. And then here is Kefka Dancing Mad. We did it. That was 28 packs. You happy? I got more. I got more stuff, but not right now. That's it. That's the end. Follow it. You'll see some more. Social media, whatever, Instagram, TikTok. I do other stuff. I like cards, but I do other stuff. There's other stuff.